In today's video, we have every Warhammer 40k army versus every Lord of the Rings army. Let's check it out. The Lord of the Rings units total 7 million. They have Elvish archers as well as Elvish spearmen. Over this way, they have Uruk, both standard sword and shield Uruk, as well as crossbowmen Uruk. And over this way, they've got the Riders of Rohan and Gondorian archers as well as Gondorian spearmen. Those are the armies of Lord of the Rings, but they also have heroes. They've got the one and only Sauron, as well as Legolas and Aragorn here. But they're going up against the true God King of mankind and his Warhammer 40k armies, which total 1.5 million soldiers. We've got the Warhammer Dwarves right here. We've got ourselves the Kriegs Marines. We've also got Ultra Marines, Ultra Space Marines, as it were, over this way. If we go further down here, we have ourselves some Chaos Sorcerers. And even further this way, we have Imperial Spearmen. And our final two units, situated on the far flank over here, are going to be Chain Swordsmen, and we've got ourselves some Cadian Imperial Guardsmen. They are all going to be charging the Lord of the Rings armies. It will be a brutal, brutal battle. If you guys do enjoy, please be sure to hit the like button. Let's try and get 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours if possible. That would help out the video a ton. Subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what other matchups you guys want to see. Now let's get into it. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Obviously, boys, we gotta start off with the hero matchup over here, and we are pressing start right now. And Sauron and the God King, and are they dead already? Okay, Legolas and Aragorn die almost immediately, and now it's Sauron versus the Emperor God King, or whatever his name. Dude, I don't know. Sauron's kind of leaving. He's trying to jettison a little bit here as the Elvish spearmen come into play and start hacking away at the Emperor of Man, or whatever his name is. Oh my god. He just like one-tapped Legolas and Aragorn. That Strider's dead. That's not good. Okay, well, hopefully these two hero units stay alive for a long time. I know Sauron's extremely powerful, so that'll be interesting to see how he ends up doing against this big boy. And we do have tons and tons of both Uruk and Elvish spearmen coming in at him now. But the armies should be clashing in other areas as well. And yes, indeed they are. Here we've got the Dwarves fighting against the Elvish spearmen. Now, these dwarves for Warhammer are pretty powerful. They've got like 1,100 health or something like that last I checked. And the elves only have 300 apiece, which honestly seems a little underpowered for elves. I feel like they should have like 500 to 600 health, maybe? That would make a little bit more sense to me in terms of grand balancing in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2, but it is what it is. They're going up against these dwarves here, and of course they will have archers backing them up, but their archers, all of the range units are sort of supporting in the back line, so they'll get up here and start firing fairly soon once the front lines are established. Over here, we can see the Ultramarines starting to zap away at a number of the Lord of the Rings elves already. That's the problem with these Ultramarines, man. They've got the best weapon you could possibly want for small arms. It is an explosive assault rifle, and as you can see, they are just going to town on hordes and hordes of elves almost immediately, and the elves are just trying to get forward to fight some of these dwarves here. So Oh, it just seems a little brutal right now. It just seems a little brutal. And of course, the Kriegs Marine over here are also coming forward. They are far less powerful than those Ultramarines, of course, but they're firing as well, which is good. Now, if we head over this way, we should be seeing the other Warhammer versus Lord of the Rings units, and over here we can see that the Imperial Spearmen right now, these are actually from Total War Warhammer, they're fighting against the Uruk. Beautiful, beautiful. How much health do these guys have? They have only 250, and the Imperial Spearmen at 500 health? Warhammer units are so cracked, bro. Why are they so cracked? Well, at the very least, 7 million versus 1.5 million is a very, very large difference, so that'll be good. Over here, we've got Rohan and Gondor fighting together, as it should be. As they were meant to fight side by side against these Imperial Spearmen. So they're going ham. They're working their way through these guys. Let's see. So this is a Rohan. He has 300 health, and then Gondor has 430, which is such a random number, but okay, sure. Why not? Oh, over here, yeah, we've got the Chain Swordsmen. These guys are powerful. They got 8,000 health apiece. That is power if I've ever seen it. And they have the Cadian Guardsmen up here supporting with a lot of machine gun fire too, and some more Imperial Spearmen. Those Imperial Spearmen are like locusts. They're everywhere. So they're firing into these guys from afar, so probably some of these boys will start dropping further out. I don't really see any bodies on the ground, but those bullets will tear through them and cause some deaths for sure later on. You can see how the Chain Swordsmen are moving so much quicker through the enemies than the Imperial Spearmen. You can see where the two sides sort of stop right there, and these guys have a much larger bulge. That's what she said. But still, the fighting is brutal all around. Right now, the Lord of the Rings units only have 34,000 kills, and the Warhammer 40k units, they've got 424,000. So they've got like a little over 10 times as many kills, and they are not outnumbered 10 to 1. So we have to hope that eventually here, the Lord of the Rings units start to wither away at these Warhammer units and start to finally get the upper hand a little bit going on, because right now they certainly don't. Okay, here's the Emperor of Man or whatever. Here's Sauron. He's at half health right now, which is not fantastic. I kind of want to split these guys up. Let's get Sauron over this way fighting some dwarves or something, all right? There we go. Get away from the Emperor of Man, because this guy will probably kill him. This guy is super powerful. Oh, but the arrows start flying. Yes, the archers have arrived from the elves. I think further back here is where are they? I don't know. They've got quite the range. The arrows seem to be emerging from over here, but these all look like spearmen. Oh no, there's a few elvish archers in here as well. Good. So they're starting to fire away, which is good. Here's Sauron going ham. Oh, but he is getting shot up a little bit here by some chaos sorcerers. Those guys have the zappy ability. That is not bueno. But those arrows will hopefully be helping out slightly in this combat fight. Now that the Lord of the Rings units are starting to get some ranged units on the battlefield, hopefully they do better. Sauron just going ham, trying his best. He's got pretty much no support as the elves are going up against the Emperor over this way, who is currently not lost a lot of health. He's lost like 10,000 health. That's not a lot, but we'll worry about that later. How's the riverbank going over here? Oh my god, the elves have been pushed very, very far back, and I think it's a big deal that those Ultramarines are just spamming fire into them. There's 6 million Lord of the Rings units left alive currently, and there's 1.447 million Warhammer 40k units left alive. Oh, the deficit is crazy. This is rough. Look at these explosions. Oh, these poor elves. This is not what they were trained to do. Seriously tough warriors, but even they have their limits. Down below here, we can see that the elves are going up against quite a number of these chaos sorcerers here. How much health do these guys have? 3,500, and most of them are half dead because of arrow fire, which is good. Okay, excellent. They're at the base of the pyramids, firing out and hopefully dying out fairly soon. Why don't we go ahead and do a little time-lapse here of the dwarves, the elves, the chaos sorcerers, this whole thing at the base of the pyramid. I think this will look pretty cool to watch in time-lapse motion. Alright, boys, so the fight over here, not going super well for the Elves. They're getting broken pretty good. Yeah, it's not good. And the same thing is sort of happening over here. They're out of the city now and fighting upwards. Not bueno. I'm not entirely sure where Sauron went off to. I hope he didn't die, but he very well might have sat. Whoa, little lag there. Stay with me, game. Come on. Stay with me. Yeah, I'm not totally sure where Sauron's at. That would be a good person to keep alive for the Lord of the Rings armies, but it is what it is. Currently, there's 1.35 million Warhammer units still alive and 5 million Lord of the Rings units still alive. There's those arrows coming in, getting some good little licks of damage here and there, but we need more. We need a lot more, for sure. It's rough. Look at all these archers now. Beautiful. Yeah, I bet they're getting some decent kills against these guys for sure now. That's nice, but those Ultramarines are still just spamming fire at them. Not bueno. Alright, let's check out how the other side's doing over here. This is more just a clear-cut fight of melee dominance over this way. Spearmen versus Rohan versus Gondor versus Uruk. All just lined up. We do see some arrows starting to come in here. Those are from the Uruk crossbowmen and the Gondor archers on this direction. So they're probably getting some damage in there, which is nice. Over here, though, yeah, the chain swordsmen are carving their way through pretty prominently over here. And, of course, the Acadian Imperial Guardsmen over here firing away and killing a whole lot of Lord of the Rings units. Every time we do one of these battles, Lord of the Rings just gets screwed over, man. It's so rough. Alright, either way, why don't we check this out so you can see sort of the chain swordmen go around like that, and then over here's a straight line of Imperial spearmen. Let's time-lapse this area here and just watch as these guys slowly take over the Rohan and Gondor lines here. I think that'll be pretty interesting. Whew, these Warhammer units are carving through the Lord of the Rings units, but I will say they're killing them more slowly now, which is very, very good for Lord of the Rings. That anything is helpful at this point, as Lord of the Rings units now have 4.3 million soldiers left alive, and Warhammer has 1.14 million, so they still outnumber them about 4-1, which is great. That's grand, excellent. They do need to get going on killing some of these Warhammer units. They need to really step it up a piece. But they are dying less slowly themselves. Not fully sure why that is. I actually really don't know. Maybe more of the Chaos Sorcerers have died or something like that, or more of the Acadian Guardsmen or Death Corps or Kriegs Marine, whatever the heck they're called. Maybe more of the more powerful units have died for Warhammer, and that's resulted in Lord of the Rings units having a little bit more survivability on the battlefield, which, you know, is good. That's good. We like that a lot. But overall, I'm thinking this is not a good scenario to be in whatsoever if you're Lord of the Rings. I mean, all of this is still them. They still have an expansive army compared to Warhammer, but it's, I'm not gonna lie, it's rough. It's rough, so we gotta hope. We gotta hope for them. Okay, we are now down to 3 million Lord of the Rings units left alive. 825,000 of the bad boys from Warhammer left alive. I mean, yeah, Lord of the Rings is making strides. They're killing them faster, and they themselves are dying slower still. But I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think they will likely end up crushed here, and it's kind of only a matter of time. I hope that's not the case, but that seems to be the case at the moment, so it's not looking good. Oh, 1.38 million Lord of the Rings units left now. 1.38 million is not a lot. They're weirdly making a lot of progress down here, though, charging forward. Who are they going up against here? Oh, they're like surrounding a small pack of dwarves here. They like broke the lines over this way. That's strange. Then up here, we've got more Warhammer units coming through, but not a lot. I mean, they're going to be coming down on pretty much a ton of archers here. Wow, look at all that archer fire. No wonder the Lord of the Rings units really started to ramp up the number of kills they were getting. Because after all, right now, they've got pretty much all archers and stuff left. Oh, man, look at these guys, these Ultramarines over here. They're all pretty damaged, actually. They might end up dying just to the archer fire. That's a lot of archer fire. Even if their armor can deflect, like, you know, 5 out of every 10 arrows, it's still a lot of damage going on to these guys. It's not too much, actually. I think it's more like 9 out of every 10 arrows get deflected and 1 hits their target. But either way, 1.2 million Lord of the Rings units left. Only 500,000 Warhammer units. So, yeah, clearly, Lord of the Rings is kind of doing their job. They're kind of making a comeback here. Although, I don't know how long it'll last is the real problem. I hope it lasts longer. I hope they do manage to get more and more kills here. They deserve it, but oh, the entire right side is like broken for Lord of the Rings. So it's basically like this V shape here, if you can see that. It's a V shape of Lord of the Rings units still left alive, fighting all of the Warhammer units now. Ugh! Oh, it's just a matter of time. We're coming into the end here. 500,000 Lord of the Rings units remain. And a mere 319,000 Warhammer units. Oh, they fought so valiantly, boys. They really, really did. They tried their darndest. Most of these guys are pretty low or dead, which is good. But, it's just going to be a rip. It's just going to be a rip. I hate to say it. Warhammer always wins these things. I try my hardest to balance it. I run these simulations multiple times. And Warhammer always wins. Every single goddamn time, dude. Liz, the Elves are actually getting up to the Ultramarines, though. That's kind of cool. That's actually pretty cool to see. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Maybe we need to do Warhammer versus every single fantasy army. Oh, there's the Emperor. He's still vibing. He's still got so much health, dude. Maybe we need to nerf the Emperor because he is a god. Well, I think he literally is a god, so that helps. Yeah, but I don't think he had that big of an effect. I bet he probably got, you know, probably like 20, 30, maybe 50,000 kills. Something like that, but I don't think he was crazy effective in this battle because he's one guy. He can only swing so fast, stuff like that. I think it really was just the Warhammer army as a whole is what did this, so it's just brutal. Oh, boys. It's just about the end here. But I am actually rather impressed by the Lord of the Rings units. They brought the Warhammer units down to a mere 159,000. Of course, that 159,000 is still very much alive. And, you know, they didn't win. The Warhammer units dominated, and Lord of the Rings units are slowly dying up here in these blood fields. But I have to say, I am very proud of them for managing to bring them down from 1.5 million to 150,000. That's pretty good, although the Warhammer units are covered in the blood of 7 million Lord of the Rings units, so there's a bit of a difference. There is definitely a bit of a difference there. Either way, guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe with notifications turned on, and comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.